Hello and welcome to Fighters Club Television. I'm Mark Carano.
And I'm Mike Onzuka.
And we have the privilege tonight of shooting from the Pagoda Hotel at Kickin' It. Mike, what a great event it was tonight.
Yeah, a lot of good exchanges by a lot of great fighters.
And like this event, our show tonight is full of action. First, we're headed to Super Brawl, now known as Icon. Mike, you want to explain a little bit about the transition?
This event marked the transition from the name Super Brawl to Icon Sport. Icon Sport being a better way of re-emphasizing the fact that mixed martial arts is a legitimate sport and getting away from the negative connotations that the word brawl does bring upon by people either uneducated or uninformed about mixed martial arts. And what an event it was.
It was a great event. We've got two awesome fights tonight. First was Jason Mayhem Miller against a very hard-punching favorite local fighter, Mark Moreno. And we also have Robbie Lawler versus Niko Vitale.
And in our technique of the week, we have two of Pride's superstars, the current Pride Grand Prix middleweight champion, Mauricio Shogun, and his brother, Marilla Ninja, showing us a technique from the Thai clinch.
And so, without further ado, let's head to the fights.
With the karate man, Jason Mayhem Miller.
Kung Fu, man, Kung Fu. Get it right or pay the price.
Sorry, I'm Japanese, man.
Okay, Japanese, I'm sorry. I'm Chinese. I'm of Chinese descent. If you didn't know, ask somebody.
You better ask somebody.
Ask somebody. I'm Atlanta Chinese. we're a different kind of Chinese.
Southern Chinese.
Southern Chinese.
From southern
I'm
east,
from
east southern.
Southern China. I'm a Mongolian. Mongolian. That means Mongol, not Mongoloid. yo, every time we do an interview, let's do an interview. What are we doing in an interview? FightersClub.com TV. Onzukas.net. Or something like that. Let's go.
So anyway, we started off. We'll do a little recap for the guys that don't know. I think Super Brawl 37, the water park. You fight Ron Jun.
Yeah.
Put him to sleep.
Yeah.
Melee occurs.
Put him to sleep.
Mayhem occurs.
Mayhem always occurs. My coach said, hey, just don't start a riot. And I said, hey, no promises. And I was joking, but it happened. And so, look, during the riot, I'll tell you the story. During the riot, some squirrel neck punched me in the back of the head. And I'm like, man, I knew I didn't get hit by Ronald that hard during the fight, but I had like a little lump. I said, man, who hit me in the head? Who hit me in the head? Well, lo and behold, 20 people had video cameras that night. Oh, brother, hey, brother, I know who. This is Mark Moreno. He punched you in the head. I said, hey, TJ, there's a guy, Mark Moreno. I heard he's a fighter. He fights in my weight class. I think he wants to fight me. Boom, all of a sudden it happens. Here we are a few months later, and I fought him and beat him up pretty good. That's the way we do.
And, there's building this fight is bad blood.
Yeah.
And you're known to talk a good fight. People kind of know you talking a good fight.
Yep.
How much was really theatrics, and how much was basically you wanted to basically kick his ass?
Man, I want to kick his ass. There was no theatrics. Yo, I'm crazy and I talk crazy. Yo, that's how I am. I can't help it. I used to try to stop it, but now I get paid for it, so I'm not stopping it. Look, the guy deserved to get beat up. He got beat up, and now I ain't got no more beef. I'm over it. Yo, I'll buy him a beer, whatever. I'll buy him some Kool-Aid. It's all good. It ain't no thing. I don't got no beef with him now. He wanted his chance to fight me. He got his chance. Didn't hurt me, and now I get to train for the next fight. Let's do it.
And a lot of guys, I guess, they take the build-up of a fight, you know what I mean, as being disrespectful. Obviously, you talk a good fight, you fight a good fight, but at the end of the fight, you're as respectful as anybody else.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And we talked yesterday, you knew that Mark Moreno has basically thunder in both of his hands.
Yeah, of course, man. You got firecrackers, and I knew. I've been punched. I trained with Baroni. I've been punched hard before. Man, if you watch UFC 52, you'll watch me take an ass whooping and some big, heavy punches to the face. I've been punched. I wasn't nervous about that. I neutralized his game, took him to the ground, pounded him out for a minute. With 5 seconds left on the clock, I put him in an arm bar. Sloppy arm bar, but put him in an arm bar. You know what I mean?
Well, probably got your your concentration got a little off because of that shaka, maybe.
My arm bar got messed up by my shaka, all right? I'm sorry. That was stupid, okay? I apologize. But, yo, I had to chuck the shaka. That was the shaka arm laka. And I had the shaka booyaka.
I'm not even gonna touch that. We're just gonna move on.
Oh, you're gonna touch it. You're gonna touch it, all right. You're gonna
You know what?
Or you
I
can
was just
take
actually
cold
wondering
steel.
to see if this is actually legitimately a knife.
That-
I thought it was at first like
I
a
think
prop, but
No. That you know what? My friend Hattori Hanzo made this sword for me.
made all the way in China. I
no,
just seen it looks.
Japan.
This is China in there, man.
I mean, Taiwan, okay? Taiwan.
Spin off China, Taiwan, same area of the world.
Same area. It's the same area. We don't go to Japan and do stuff. It's too high tech there. We went the old school because I'm an old fool who's so cool.
Here at KJ Noons, KJ, you're impressive in our last showing here. You're even more impressive this showing. You know, obviously, you know, you've been working on your training. Pride's interested in you. Went up to AMC Convocation to kind of finish yourself off. Where do you see yourself at your position in your career until, you know, to the point that you have to take yourself to the next level? You're waiting to face the top talent.
I just want to let people know that, you know, I'm from the Kona, the Big Island, and I'm actually from Hawaii, born and raised. And I just want to let them know that, you know, when I fight over in Japan, in Bushido, I'm going to be still representing the state. And I just train real hard, you know. I learned how to fight here in the islands and just took it from there, and I never stopped. And everything's starting to come together. It's starting to work out. Everything's going great.
Do you feel you're ready now for basically bigger, better competition? Because obviously it looks like you're over-skilled for like the smaller show level of talent. Or do you feel like, you know, you need another 6 months of fights or what to get you to a point where you're fighting the top tier of opponents?
No, I'm 22 now. I started when I was 6. You know, I feel like I've been ready. It's just a matter of time, you know. I just kept on sticking with it. So finally somebody realized that, you know, I stick with it, and I'm here to stay. You know, I want to do it. So, you know, I proved myself this past couple times, and I'm ready to go over there. You know, I'm ready to represent U.S. and Hawaii and do my job over there, knock people out.
And definitely, you did the Pride auditions. Did they give you any dates of when you're going to make your debut in Pride?
They would say hopefully I'll be there before the end of the year. So Bushido, pay-per-view, and just look out. Hopefully I'll be there.
Well, now they're showing Bushido in Hawaii, so you definitely have a big fan following up to Japan. Do you plan on fighting back in Hawaii again?
I'd love to. You know, the fans here and the people, I love coming here because they're just so like emotionally into it. They love fighting. I mean, like growing up, you know, like fighting's like almost kind of like the culture. You know what I mean? And it doesn't surprise me that it's so big here because growing up, you know, everybody just fight. It's not like the mainland where you have guns and knives or whatever. You know, everybody it's always, you know, scrap, right? Just scrap.
It looks like Hawaii did good to you, kind of started your MMA career possibly earlier than officially your professional record showed. But you know, hope to see you back soon, and especially on pay-per-view, and hopefully your career takes off, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
And for your technique of the week tonight, we had the privilege of attending the Rua Brothers seminar at HMC, where there was a ton of famous faces.
And my partner for the seminar is none other than Hawaii's most wanted man, Jason Mayhem Miller. So we had a chance to practice stomping each other in the head and performing some flying punches.
But enough about that, here's your technique.
Mike Onzuka for Fighters Club TV, and our technique of the week here at HMC. We have Murillo Ninja and Shogun showing us a great clinch technique from the stand-up position.
Okay, so Ninja got Shogun in the clinch.
Vou olhar pra cima aqui,
And Shogun looks up, try to make posture to start to escape.
vou cruzar a mão no ombro aqui dele,
Get a grip on the opponent's opposite shoulder from underneath his arms.
e com a outra mão é embaixo do cotovelo dele aqui,
With the other hand, he will slap the guy's elbow up,
vou levantar,
throwing it to the side,
fazer o step,
exposing his ribs so he changes base, knees to the stomach. Once again. So, Ninja clinch him, he looks up, makes posture, gets a grip on the opposite shoulder, slaps the elbow up and the arm around, switches base, and knees the stomach and the ribs, which are exposed.
Here with Niko Vitale in a war. You know, everybody knows Robbie Lawler is a puncher. a good grappler, a good wrestler. He pretty much showed a little bit of everything, as well as showed a lot of, kind of pushed you in the fight. Did you expect him to come out that aggressive that early?
Not really. I knew Robbie was going to come aggressive in the beginning. I mean, that's his forte, coming in the beginning, His cardio is a question, but hey, in this game you get caught, and I got caught, so I'm just thankful to be able to get an opportunity to defend this title at least once. I'm thankful to have it's God willing to be a champion at least for once, but you can't be a champion forever. But I give great props to him and his team. They got a great team. My team is great too, but hey, it's part of the game. Somebody gets caught, somebody goes down.
And in the middle of the match, you went for a couple of leg locks. One, a nice kind of rolling knee bar that he kind of jumped out of the ring for. The second one, you sat back for like a heel hook. Did you kind of go with the heel hook? Looked like at the end of the heel hook, after you got out, you're a little bit winded. Did you go for the heel hook because you're a little winded, or do you feel like that was just a good opportunity?
I thought it was a good opportunity. Hey man, these guys, they defend submissions real well. They got great submissionists. They got great teachers. Pat Miletich, I think he's one of the best schools in the world. Hey, it's a life learning lesson for me. Hey, God wants me to do better things. Hey, maybe he just wants me to come back and see where my faith is at. If he wants me to continue to move on, if not, he wants me to just do something else. I'll let him decide.
Oh, definitely. I'm sure everybody's behind me and saying that you're definitely not done. You know what I mean? This is like a minor stumbling block in your career. You develop yourself, and you're at basically the peak of your game. And at the game that you're at, pretty much the top 10 fighters can be the top 10 fighters at any given time. So, we look forward to you getting back in the ring and showing Hawaii what you can do.
Oh, definitely. Man, Mike, I thank you guys for Contact Fighter, and you guys show is awesome, and you guys do a lot for the community, the MMA community. You guys make this sport grow. As far as for me, God wants me to continue fighting, which I know He wants me to. It's just a test for me, and I think He's more like testing my faith. But I tell you what, I'm just gonna come back harder, come back strong, and then no doubt I'm not gonna let. Hey, everybody wins, everybody loses, but I'm just gonna have to come back stronger next time and see where we go from there.
The new Icon Sport World Welterweight Champion, Robbie Lawler. That was one hell of a fight. It was a war, 2 big rounds. Tell us, the pace of the fight was torrid from the very start, and you were the one pushing that pace. Was that the plan?
Well, Pat told me to go right at him, and once I went at him, I couldn't really stop, and he wasn't stopping, so I just kept going, and it was a battle of attrition.
Did you see that? You feel like maybe you were wearing him down?
Oh shit, he was wearing me down too. It was just a battle of heart. We both had heart, and I just happened to come out on top.
Now you had one spot where he tried kind of a scissors takedown. He was in a position for a possible leg lock. You managed to escape and ended up through the ropes. Tell us about that submission. Was it close, and how did you escape?
Well, there was good pressure. I thought, wow, I've seen that takedowns a few times. I'm like, nobody's gonna get me in that. And he almost had me. That was the only way I could go, was towards the ropes, and I went.
Well, I'll tell you what, now, the first round, you hit him with a couple big shots. It looked like he may have been hurt. Did you feel like you had him hurt?
I hurt him with a knee, but he was a warrior. He weathered the storm, and he kept fighting. We both weathered a few storms.
Tell us, what was the most dangerous part of the fight for you?
I thought his kicks were very powerful, but I thought if he would have followed him up with punches or punches before his hands or before his feet, it would have helped him out.
When's the last time you've been taken down 3 times in a fight?
I've never have.
Were you surprised to get taken down?
No, he's a powerful guy, and he locked my drawers up with some sort of jiu-jitsu type hold. Maybe, I don't know what it was, and there's nothing I could do.
Now, an interesting aftermath of the fight. You're in Hawaii. Everybody here rooting for fella Niko Vitale. The mood, of course, immediately, 8,000 people got real somber. Does that affect your victory at all?
Not really. He's a warrior. I respect what they did. They were emotional. I've been emotional, and they just didn't handle it right, and I'm not too worried about it. It was all right.
Tremendous job. Congratulations. We look forward to seeing you back here soon.
Very much.
Well, that does it for our show tonight. We hope you liked it.
If you have any suggestions, comments, or questions, please email us the address listed below. We do read all our email, and we appreciate you come up to us and tell us that you watch the show and that you like what we're doing. If we're out or about, or just kicking it.
And we'll leave you tonight with a couple of interesting interviews from the Icon press conference in regards to Jason Mayhem Miller's future and the upcoming fight with Niko versus Lawler.
And lastly, we have some mixed martial arts bills that the legislature is going to review very, very soon. Please, in order to support MMA, please vote no, because the current bills need to be rewritten, and one bill actually calls for the ban of mixed martial arts in Hawaii.
And Mike and Chris here were nice enough to actually post the link on their site at onzuka.com/news.html at this address. So check it out. Click on the banner, or actually the link for the bills, and you can read for it for yourself. And please encourage your representative to vote no at this time, at least the way it's worded currently.
Yes.
And don't forget, you're watching the toughest show on television, Fighters Club TV. I'm a southpaw tonight.
Usually I'm sitting here and smiling and making jokes, and you know, somebody sit next to me who eventually I'm going to choke. But you know, right now is a totally different situation, and you know, to call this whole ordeal a mistake is the understatement of the century. You know, I feel terrible about it. The whole entire situation. I feel terrible for everyone involved. All the fans, the little monkeys especially. The biggest thing to me is, you know, the kids who are too young to really understand what's going on. I don't want them to think this is, you know, acceptable, anything like this. You know, I pretty much tarnish the image of, you know, mixed martial arts in general, as if it needs any, you know, worse things. And, you know, I hate it because, you know, I heard him talking about family and everything like that. And I feel so close to Hawaii, you know, as my home and as my family, that, you know, I feel like I just, you know, threw the Thanksgiving turkey out the window or something, you know. Again, man, I'm just sorry to everyone out here. I understand the suspension. You know, I probably deserve worse than that. Like, I feel really heartfelt, terrible about this whole thing. I love the Hawaii fans, and you know, just like when I first came here and was first fighting, you know, I intend to earn the respect of everyone back, and you know, learn from this whole thing. And I feel like, you know, in such a short amount of time, I've grown so fast. You know, I wish I could talk about everything and let everything out on the, you know, on the table, but this time I can't.
First of all, I'd like to thank Robbie Lawler for giving me this opportunity to fight him again. Secondly, it's a sad day for MMA in Hawaii. Jason Miller has to, you know, I guess he's suspended for this fight. And you know, I already forgave him for what he did already. I just hope a lot of people out here in Hawaii forgive for it. There's a lot of people, they make mistakes. And I challenge Jason Miller, you know, try to be a better person. You know, I hope he learns from this experience. And when he comes back fighting again, and hopefully he'll come back as a better person. You know? And I'm just glad to be here, glad to be fighting again. I know I contemplated retirement, but I think it's not fair to the people of Hawaii, to my family, and the people that I train with. You know, when TJ and Pat, the promoters of Icon, when they asked me to take this fight, I really had to do some soul searching, and I really dug down deep. You know, I mean, after watching my fight with Robbie Lawler, you know, I should have won the fight, but I let it slip out of my hand like that. So I guess this is the opportunity for me to come back, you know, to battle out with Robbie Lawler again. And I'm not gonna make any promises, but I guarantee there's gonna be a war. And I'm I'm expected to be coming in this fight in better shape than I was before, and there's a lot of things that even though my last two losses, I've learned a lot fighting Washington, training up in Washington, and it's finally been put together this last couple months, and I think I'm a complete fighter for myself. There's always there's always room for me to learn some more, but I think I can take this fight, and I think I can come out victory.